Chapter 9 Leadership. Leadership is the influence that particular individuals exert on the goal achievement of others in an organizational context. Leadership, the influence that particular individuals exert on the goal achievement of others in an organizational context. Strategic leadership involves the ability to anticipate, envision, maintain flexibility, think strategically, and work with others to initiate changes that will create a viable future for the organization. Provides organization with a sustainable competitive advantage. Formal leaders are given specific authority by the organization. Examples: managers, supervisors. Informal or emergent leaders exert influence by relying on the perception of others. Example: they may be well-liked or highly skilled. Trait theory of leadership. Leadership depends on the personal qualities or traits of the leader. Traits are individual characteristics such as physical attributes, intellectual ability, and personality. Among them, we have intelligence, energy and drive, self-confidence, dominance, motivation to lead, emotional stability, honesty and integrity, need for achievement, sociability. These are the traits associated with leadership effectiveness. Limitations of the trait approach. Do traits make the leader, or does the leader develop these traits? This is an implicit assumption that effective leaders possess a special set of traits. Research indicates leader behaviors have more impact on leader effectiveness than traits. Consideration, social and emotional. The extent to which a leader is approachable and shows personal concern and respect for employees. Consideration is more important when goals and methods of job are clear. Initiating structure. Task-oriented. The degree to which a leader concentrates on group goal attainment. Initiating structure is more important. In high pressure or tight deadline situations, if employee lacks skills or knowledge, or tasks, processes, or goals are unclear. So we have consideration, initiating structure. Some leader behaviors are more important in certain situations in order to increase employee satisfaction and performance. If the task is intrinsically satisfying, both types of leadership behaviors, consideration and initiating structure, become less important. This is really good to know. If the task is intrinsically satisfying, both types of leadership behaviors, consideration and initiating structure, become less important. But let's see another two. Leader reward behavior. Uses compliments, tangible benefit, and deserved special treatment. Leader punishment behavior. Uses reprimands or unfavorable task assignments and the active withholding of rewards. Leader punishment behavior uses reprimands or unfavorable task assignments and the active withholding of rewards. Using reward or punishment effectively, refer to Chapter 2, and making it contingent on performance is positively related to employees' perceptions, attitudes, and behaviors. Situation refers to the setting in which influence attempts to occur. Situation refers to the setting in which influence attempts to occur. Situational theories of leadership explain how leadership style must be tailored to the demands to the demands of the task, the qualities of the employees, and the characteristics of the organization. Fiedler's contingency theory states that the association between leadership orientation and group effectiveness is contingent on how favorable the situation is for exerting influence. Fiedler looks at the least preferred co-worker, LPC, a current or past co-worker with whom a leader has had a difficult time accomplishing a task. The LPC score reveals personality traits, attitude, reflecting the leader's motivational structure, least preferred coworker. A relatively favorable least preferred coworker is considered relationship-oriented. A relatively unfavorable LPC is considered task-oriented. Situational favorableness contingencies determine the amount of control or influence a leader has. These relate to leader-member relations, how structured the tasks are, how much formal authority or position power the leader has. Leader influence decreases when contingencies are favorable. Leader influence decreases when contingencies are unfavorable. Fiedler's cognitive resource theory, or CRT, cognitive resource theory, focuses on the conditions in which a leader's cognitive resources, such as intelligence, expertise, and experience, contribute to effective leadership. Research indicates intelligence to be most important in low-stress situations, and leader experience most important in high-stress situations. So here we have intelligence versus experience. Intelligence is important in low-stress situations, but experience is important in high-stress situations. House's path goal theory is concerned with the situations under which various leader behaviors, directive, supportive, participative, achievement-oriented, are most effective. Effective leaders form a strong connective path between employee goals and organizational goals. And this is the key term, that effective leaders form a strong connective path between employee goals and organizational goals. Leader behavior and contingencies. Directive means initiates structure, task orientation, gives employees clear direction. Supportive, considerate social emotional leader, helps employees deal with frustrating, dissatisfying jobs. Leader behavior and contingencies continue. Participative, consults with employees. Leader coaches, helps and participates as needed, especially with ambiguity. Achievement-oriented, sets goals for employees and expects employee is capable of achieving them. Achievement-oriented, sets goals for employees and expects employee is capable of achieving them. Employees must be highly skilled, have clear goals, and find challenges motivating. Here we see a graph indicating the path goal theory of leadership. In the first part, we have leader behavior that can be directive, supportive, achievement-oriented, or participative. Situational factors like employee characteristics or environmental factors lead to employee outcomes, to job satisfaction, acceptance of leader, and effort. And Here in the lower part we have effective leadership takes advantage of the motivating and satisfying aspects of jobs while offsetting or compensating for aspects that demotivate or dissatisfy. Participative leadership involves employees in making work-related decisions. Participative leadership can increase motivation, quality, acceptance of decisions. Here we have the employee participation in decision making can vary. In this exhibit, we have boss-centered leadership and employee-centered leadership. We have use of authority by the manager and area of freedom for employees. As we move from left to right, we see that the power of the boss is less or is decreased by each of the stages. And we have, for example, in boss-centered leadership, we have manager makes a decision and announces it. One other level is manager sells decision. Another level is manager presents ideas and invites questions. More or less in the middle, we have a manager that presents tentative decision subject to change. Now, going to the side of employee-centered leadership, we have the manager presents problem, gets suggestions, and make decisions. Another level is manager defines limits, asks group to make decisions. And the last one is manager permits employees to function within limits defined by superior. Potential problems with participative leadership. Takes time and energy. Loss of power perceived by leader. Lack of receptivity or knowledge by employees. Vroom's and Jago's model outlines contingencies for determining degrees of participation. Quality requirements need more technical knowledge, commitment. Do employees have to buy in? Leader information. Does the leader need more? Vroom and Jago's model problem structure. Is it well defined and clear? Commitment probability. Will employees support a decision made without them? Goal congruence. Are employee and organizational goals aligned? Subordinate conflict over decision results. So, subordinate information. Do employees have sufficient information for a high quality decision?